Hey guys, my name is Caleb, and in this video, I'll be giving you guys a full guide on how to get closer to God. I'll be sharing tips to help me personally, real advice, and just things I wish someone had told me sooner. But before we get into the video, I'd appreciate if you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you. Now, on that jump of becoming a teenager, you start getting more responsibilities, more work, and it really just feels like everything is on you. And I'll constantly ask myself, what is the answer to all of my problems? And I slowly came to realize over time that the answer to all of my problems is God. Now, the first thing I had to learn, and it might sound really simple, is that getting closer to God does not start with you being perfect. It starts with you being consistent. I've seen this idea in everybody's mind that you have to be this perfect person to come to God. But that is not true, because we are not perfect at all. Like I say all the time, if we were perfect, Jesus would not have had to die on a cross years and years ago. And at first I even thought I had to fix everything that was wrong with me to even think about coming to God first. But that's until I realized just showing up is enough. Like God says, come as you are, but do not stay as you are. Now at first, what I started doing is building a personal routine. So that really just includes praying day and night and just being consistent when you talk with God. Prayer is a really important thing, since it's the only time that we can really communicate with God and tell him all of our struggles, all of our worries. And it's also the time that we thank him for all of the things that he has done for us today. So I will really just start with praying day and night and just be consistent and start to build that routine. Now, one of the biggest questions I've seen people ask is, what if I don't feel anything? They say they're constantly praying and they just don't feel anything, just don't see anything changing. Now, let's be honest here, guys. There were and still are times when I pray and don't feel anything at all. But that's really just something you'll have to get used to, honestly. God is always listening, even if it doesn't feel like he is. You know, you will have those moments when your prayer feels boring or empty. But you must always remember that he is always listening to you, because that is a part of having faith. And I want to put a big emphasis on faith, because even though we cannot see God, we must always have faith to remember that he is still working in our lives. That is what faith is really all about. And at these times when I felt like my prayer was just dry and empty, I actually just eased up and started talking to God like a friend. You don't have to pray with all these big words and try and sound all proper, because how can you be honest with God if you're trying to sound like someone else? So it's really important that you just stay true to yourself and remain honest when you're talking to God. And like I said, no one is perfect, so there is no such thing as a perfect prayer. Really got to get into the habit of praying, man. Because not only will you see changes in your life, you'll also see a change in your motivation to pray. When I would be praying, I would just be constantly looking for signs a day after praying and stuff like that. But over time, I would really see that those prayers were really answered. And I feel like that's the amazing thing about it, because God will really show you that your prayers have been answered. And that's something you guys really have to keep in mind. You can't pray one day and just expect everything to feel right the next day. Because yeah, God is listening, but you have to remember that prayers work on God's timing. You must remain consistent about what you really pray about as well. Now, similar to prayer, reading your Bible is the most important thing that helps your relationship with God. I constantly have people ask me, how do I read it? What if I don't understand it? And at first, reading the Bible used to really feel like homework to me. I really didn't know where to start, and I just close it and just try again the next day. But you really just have to take it one step at a time. You just really want to choose a book in the Bible and just read a page of it every day. Now, even if you don't have a physical Bible, you can also download the Bible app. There's many different translations no matter what type of reader you are. And it's just a really great thing to have on hand. Now, when it comes to reading your Bible, you also want to start highlighting verses. If you see a verse that stands out to you, just highlight it. And you see this a lot in Bible study, since it really just helps a lot, because you can go back to a verse that you thought stuck out to you earlier and study it. Now, when it comes to your relationship with God, you will have to give things up. One of the main reasons people don't hear God is because they are distracted. Honestly, what was distracting me was TikTok, music, people, just my mindset in general. And over time, I really just had to cut off a lot of people that were weighing me down, and just all the things that were distracting me from coming to God. So just know, guys, y'all will have to give up a lot of y'all's bad habits, a lot of things that you are really attached to. Because over time, you realize that a lot of these things are just weighing you down. And that really just helped me, because I didn't have all this noise in my life. And I can honestly just hear God in the silence since I was at peace. And you'll definitely know that something wasn't for you when you cut it out of your life. Because as soon as you utter that thing or person out of your life, you'll realize that you instantly gain peace. A lot of things won't be for us, y'all. And that's okay, because God will replace it with something much more better. Now, when you're trying to build our relationship with God, you realize that it will be tough and it will be lonely. However, it is never meant to be that way. At first, I was trying to do it all alone, until I realized that my surroundings played a big role in this. When you try and do it solo, it's really just a lot of weight on you. But when you surround yourself with people who are trying to grow with God as well, it just really makes a huge difference, y'all. Thankfully, God blessed me with this friend that I am still friends with now, that actually gave me good Christian advice, and actually helped me learn how to even do Bible study. And when I actually just started taking accountability and surrounding myself with people who have the same positive views as me, it just made everything better, y'all. So I really just encourage y'all to find at least one person that can help y'all, who you can come to at times in need. So yeah, guys, that's basically how I've been getting closer to God as a teenager. It hasn't been perfect, since we all fall short of the Lord. And it's definitely a journey, y'all. And I promise, if you guys take all the information in this video seriously, you will definitely start seeing a change in your life. All you have to do is just start small and just be consistent while you work your way up. It's never too late to turn to God, and the best time is now, honestly. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the video. I'd appreciate if you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You know, just comment any questions you have in the comments. If you have any advice for other people or you just need advice in general, I'll definitely try my best to respond to all of them. I'll see y'all guys in the next video. God bless.